Hello and welcome. You're watching the top Jewish news channel. My name is Michael Wilensky and my guest is Professor Yaakov Nagel, ex-head of the National Security Council and the senior fellow at the FDD, Foundation of the Defense of Democracies. Jacob, welcome to our studio.
Thank you. I'm really glad being here. Usually I'm interviewing in Hebrew. It's very nice to interview also in English.
And you are a person who really is involved in the topic. You're a specialist in the field of as the ex-head of the National Security Council in Israel. You're pretty aware of what's going on in the relations of Israel and America. And we just saw, the Foreign Secretary Anthony Blinken landed in Israel, and I want to ask you in relation to that fact. How dependent is Israel in the field of security on America? Can we call it Israel being the 51st state, or is it a lesser
No,
extent?
I won't even allow you to finish your sentence. Israel is totally independent. I am really against, and everyone, I have sometimes fights with some of my very, very good friends like Minister Ron Dermer and others. I don't think Israel should sign a defense pact with the United States, and this war just proved it. We get what we need without a pact. If it was a pact, we could suffer because then the Americans can tell us, don't do this and this because it will affect us, because according to the pact, we'll have to defend you. Look, if I look and I'll answer all of your questions. If I look on what's happening now, really, Biden surprised everyone, is really a friend and supporter of the state of Israel. But if I will divide his actions to three: supporting Israel in the military ammunition, 250 planes in the UN, everything, it is great. It's 10 out of 10. If I go to political issues, he have problems with the progressive side of his Democratic Party. He have some questions. He's saying inside, or the internal reasons, some things that maybe some people don't like. I'll give him a 7. If I'll go for actions, look, the Americans, I'm sorry, you'll get 0 or 1 out of 10 because, look, the Shiite militias, they're attacking the Houthis. They're attacking American interests in the Middle East, in the Gulf, in the Persian Gulf, many places in the world, and the United States, the big United States, is doing nothing, almost nothing. In this area, he failed in helping Israel. Is very good. Now, Israel is not dependent on the United States. There are things that we'll have to learn, especially in our independency, in building and having our own production line of JDAMs, of tank munitions, of other things that we are getting them from the United States today. And also, of course, we can do everything that they are giving us. We can produce it for ourselves. But if we put enough shekels, and if we plan in advance to open a new production line for something, it takes money, and it takes a year, 2, 3 years to prepare and to build it. It's not so simple. I think it will change. I know the Director General, the Minister of Defense, Major General Eyal Zamir is working on it. I wrote a lot of papers around it when I was in the Minister of Defense. It's very important. It will change. For now, we are not dependent in the United States, but yes, we need the ammunition from them, and they are giving us generously. We will be dependent also in the future. I signed with the United States the $38 billion agreement, the generous one, in 2016, effective from 2018 for 10 years. Main platforms, F-35s, F-15s, those kind of things, we will buy from the United States. It's not good for us. We are just a country that have to concentrate in subsystems, in ammunition, in electronic warfare, in communication, in air-to-ground missiles. In those things, we are the best in the world. But in the things that are, being used during a war, we should be independent. It will take time, but believe me, we are going to do it. It will cost, it will affect a little bit our economy, but Israel is a very, very strong country. We can do it. Now, about Blinken, he came here, and I'm finishing in 1 minute. Blinken came in. People say he came to talk about, he came going to push us. Believe me, there are only 3 things the United States demanded from us since the war started, and they are all three legitimate. First, the humanitarian aid, sometimes it's also good for us. Second, don't open a new front in the north. And the third one, be careful not to hurt too much the citizens of Gaza. All three are legitimate. When Blinken came in now, he also talked about the day after. And if I will have to summarize, I think we have 5 points of disagreement with the United States. We will talk with them about it, and then they will understand that we are the right one. First of all, in the day after, Israel say that we will control militarily in Gaza and will disengage civilian. Now there is question, if we disengage civilian, who is going to control? I wrote a big article in the FDD. I think that we can leverage on Saudi. They want a normalization with Israel and US. We can ask them to come with the Abraham Accord, and US and Europe can help. The second question, who will be the police? Who will be the order? Who will have the guns? The third one, what will be with the border with Egypt and with Philadelphia crossing, that the ammunition to Israel, to Gaza, just came from it during the last few years. The fourth one, what is the meaning of Israel can work freely, defensively, and in Gaza as we wish? And the fifth one is the perimeter that we want to establish across our border, so our villages will be free. What is the meaning of this perimeter? How we can do it without US claiming that we took some of Gaza land, like the Nakba? 5 questions, very tough one, each one. We have also the problems of the north. It's interesting to be in Israel in those days, and I wish we will be Switzerland, but we are Israel.
Professor Nagel, thank you very much for this amazingly interesting interview. It was amazing to host you in our digital studio. Thank you also to all of our viewers. Please don't forget to subscribe to us on all of our social media platforms and especially on WhatsApp. Thank you. Have a great day.